Imagine you get a couple minutes while the crew is loading your truck to walk around the olive farm and learn all about how olive oil is made. And while that is all nice and good, it is time to get to work. Welcome to Truck Sim Diaries. In this video series, I record my Euro Truck Simulator 2 gameplay, and I use it as a backdrop for my unscripted thoughts on what's going on in my life and the world around me. Sometimes I will have a lot to say, sometimes I will just comment on the gameplay, and sometimes I will just be quiet. Either way, I am glad you're here. So let's take a look at where we're going today. It is going to be a longer one. We are going to Italy to drop off some olive oil to Palermo. We are going for 1,641 kilometers one way, and when we've dropped off the olive oil, we're going to bring back fertilizer from Palermo. That is going to be a separate episode, though. We are only going for the one way today. So let's hop in the truck, boot her up.
Let's go.
Let's go. And I am having a very good day today. I went for a long walk, had a good workout, some good food, and now this.
Turn left.
And we're going to need to pull over and do some planning for rest this time. Because the ETA is 28 hours and 7 minutes, and we need to rest 6 hours and 38 minutes. So there's going to be one, or even, there might be even two rest stops for this one. It was a long time we did a long drive like this. I don't even remember. We've been fucking around here in Greece with these contract jobs for so long that I've almost forgotten what it's like to drive. Oh wait, hold on. It might not actually be that long because a lot of it's going to be on a ferry. Let's get out of this tight spot and then we'll take a look at the map. We can stop at the gas station up ahead. And I got new glasses, so I can see. It was like, I don't have poor eyesight or anything, but I do have some errors.
Turn left.
And it is mostly prevalent when I am by a screen. So I only use them like, oh, and I'm 42, so reading glasses is a thing, of course. So I got these just regular glasses and then reading glasses with the prescription. It's really nice.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
It's funny to see how, like, how your eyes, you kind of just go along with it. And it's not until you really see it that. Like, I didn't want reading glasses, so I was just I was like, yeah, I don't like reading, you know. Just stop doing it. Not really, but you know, to some extent, for sure. And that is not the way to go. So I've had reading glasses for like I don't know, maybe a year, a couple months at least, and like when I'm tired, my astigmatism gets more pronounced or whatever. So in those instances, it's nice to be able to put on sunglasses. Be easier if he just went, but and going on a walk, I was listening to this really interesting podcast or whatever about kind of, I don't really remember everything he said, but this idea that you're responsible for, you're not responsible for what you feel, like what kind of emotions you have, but you are responsible for what you do with them. I can post a link because it's better if I don't retell it because I'm very bad at. I need to listen to it a couple more times, but it really made sense to me. All right, let's pull in here and we'll just look at the map and drop some axles.
Get ready to turn right.
All right.
Turn right.
Axles go down, map goes up. So we're here at Kalamata. And we need to, so this is the ferry. It won't tell me the total time on the, how much is ferry and how much is driving, but there's plenty of driving, at least 2/3 is going to be driving. So it's a long one for sure. And we need to rest in 5 hours and 6 minutes. So let's filter for resting places and see kind of how far we can go. What about this one? Oh, that's 2 hours away. What about this one? 4 hours and 8 minutes. That's almost to, I don't know. I would like there to be something in between here. I guess this would, 3 hours and 5 minutes. Let's do this one, just to play it safe. And when we get to that one, before we leave, we need to look at the map again and plan the next. Oh, it's probably going to be the ferry, and then hopefully we can do the last bit. Like this little ferry crossing here is going to also provide us with some rest. So maybe, yeah, maybe it's just going to be this one rest stop.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Turn right.
Axles are down. We're on the move. We got like this heat wave. So everything is very warm. It's like 25-ish degrees or something. Plus, that's for Sweden. That's pretty high, especially in September. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, I really don't want snow in winter. Last winter was mild.
Turn right.
And that was nice. I really needed 1 year, you know, off. But the kids, they really want winter. Especially my daughter. She's very much a winter person. But man,
Turn left.
I don't want. I saw this clip that was like just the summer in Sweden and the Nordics is nice, and then just in a couple months it's just gonna be this snowed over ice hell, and there's nothing we can do about it. With that said though, I kind of look forward to autumn temperatures. 5, 8, 10 tops. That'd be nice. Well, I'll look forward to that. It's coming. I'm just gonna go. Like, I was out on my walk just sweating to death. And it's like, I need... Like, this summer was very nice. It wasn't extreme in any way. But after like 10 days in a row of 30 plus temperatures, I'm like, good. You know? I don't need like weeks and weeks and months of summer. And especially at those temperatures, because I get done really fast. I'm a kind of warm person, so I'm sweaty and bothered. It's cool autumn winds. That's what I'm looking for.
Please mind the speed limit.
Yeah, I was walking in the woods today, and there's a lot of bugs, like, and they get stuck on my sweaty skin, like, ugh, just... feel like I told you, I may have some varying degree of autism, because supposedly, like,
to turn right.
tickling sensation on the skin is one of those telltale signs, and I really do. I'm really bothered by small insects on my skin, and you know, tall grass against my legs. It's just drives me crazy. I'm not saying that you're autistic if that's I got a couple more signs, but yeah, that bothered me today, and I was like, yeah, you fuckers, just wait. Just give it a couple weeks and you'll all be frozen dead.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit. Caution. Please mind the speed limit. Caution. Please watch the speed limit. Get ready to turn right.
Oh, and my new chair arrived.
Turn right.
It's one of those manly brown leather chairs that's got kind of a retro 60s vibe to it. And it's, man, I got this perfect spot where I can just sit and have my tea, just ponder for a little bit. And it is easy to just get stuck in the chair. I am extremely happy with it. And to have that spot that is like
Get ready
my
to
spot.
turn left.
We'll see if I had to kick the cat away. Little bastard.
Turn left.
And we'll see when, so my family's away, but when they come back, we'll see kind of how much I have to fight for it. And like now I want to deck that little corner, like my little pondering corner. I want to deck it out. Like I need this. Oh! I just touched it. Oh, come on, dude. You need to stop. You're making it worse. And like I want to deck it out with like a little table and stuff, but it is. I mean, I find it really hard nowadays to like buy stuff online. I don't know how old I am becoming. If if I'm aging exponentially, because I'm turning into this anti-internet person, and I used to be like on the barricades of the internet, like. The internet is the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And it's at the same time it's like the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. Because like it was great like in the late 90s, early 2000s. That was a fucking, not to be too nostalgic, but man, that was a fucking great time to be alive. When it came to internet, because it was like simple. Not everyone had a fucking camera and a direct line to, the entire world. It was a simpler time. It really was. And I've always loved the internet. Every new thing is like just better and better and better, up to a point where now it's like this hellhole.
Caution.
Where it's just.
Please mind the speed limit.
Frauds everywhere. Like I said, I am aging exponentially because I'm like, so I found this really good looking brass table that I want. It's a wall hung small side table. Just perfect. And I'm like, I've never heard of this place, the place that sells it. I don't know if they're legit. I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm being ripped off. Like, is it just drop shipping? Am I gonna get a miniature, like, you know? And like circling back to the discussion that I keep coming back to with AI, like, it is so obvious now that I respect people who are skeptical of AI, but only if they are skeptical to everything else as well. Because, like, oh, is this where we're gonna fucking rest? Hold on. No. Oh shit, sorry, just stopped in the middle of the road. Like, I feel like
Keep right,
just Googling, it is just Chinese crap products everywhere.
On.
Like, and they look like they formulate, they make these, you know, I sound like an old man just going on, but you know, they look just like these mom and pop homemade, you know, stores, and it's just crap. All of it's just crap. So I find it like increasingly difficult to shop online. And it's not so much that I am worried that, like, the worst that can happen is not me being ripped off. But rather that the kind of quality products that I'm after, they don't seem to exist anymore. It's like,
right, and then continue
no one makes... If I want this brass table, and in my mind, I can find someone who makes wall-hung brass tables in Sweden. And they charge a hefty price for it, but it is what it is. But I mean, all those companies have long since went out of business because all the cheap crap exists. And what blows my mind, so like, the biggest thing that makes me the most disappointed about people is how well people tolerate the low quality shit everything is turned into. Because it's so fucking cheap that they're like, the masses don't give a fuck if it's low quality because you got 3 of them. And the thing is that I don't want 3 of them. I just want the one. But I can't have it. Alright, here's... oh shit. It's a garage. I won't be able to sleep there. We need to find another... we need to find another sleeping spot, and we need to find it quick. Because I need to rest in 1 hour. Oh, we can go up on the red... oh shit, it's a green light. Fuck. Gas station probably has. Let's go for the gas station.
Keep left and then turn left.
So yeah,
Turn left.
I ordered the brass table, and we'll see if I get a brass table, or if I get a miniature brass table, or
Let's find a new route.
whatever the fuck. But I don't like it. I want it to be like I want it to be like it used to be. A little stupid, but... but on the other hand, I've started, you know, shopping in whenever I'm gonna get something. I just don't Google it. I go out and look in the stores.
Turn left. Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
All right, let's... hopefully we can sleep here. Let's take a look at the map. No, we need to go here. Shit. Hopefully we can make it. We got
Here we go.
1 in-game hour. It's a little awkward. But at least we can see this place a little bit more.
Keep left and then turn left.
What do you make of this? This is like some kind of... are we stuck here? Oh! Maybe it does work to honk. I don't think so, but...
Turn left.
All of a sudden, we were in a hurry to cross this green light. When we're in a when we're off a highway like this, time moves a little. Time is not accelerated as fast. So 1 hour of 1 hour of in-game time on the freeway is 3 minutes.
Keep left and then turn left.
So we would be cooked by now if the time acceleration was the same. Time is ticking down. We've got 53 in-game minutes to reach our rest stop, but I think it's going to be fine.
Turn left. Keep left and then turn left.
let's give it another try.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Supposedly, there's a resting place here. This is,
Get ready to turn right. Turn
this is
right.
a cargo depot. I've been here. It wasn't too long ago since I was here. Wonder if it's just this lot here. Yeah. If I go in.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Well. Oh, I think it wants us to face inwards. I can do that. Actually, you know what? Let's just sleep. This tiny little spot here where I can... If I could change something about this game, I wish that... I have to... Oh god. Alright, let's rest. And we wake up at 10:30. There's a lot. It's a good thing no one else is here because we park like idiots. I like to step out of the truck just to kind of soak in the night. I don't know. Have a smoke. Let's get the rest of our sleep. All right. What is... All right, here we go. So out and away. Next rest is in 14 hours.
Time to hit the road.
It's really... Well, I
Please
guess
make a
it's
U-turn
be in the middle
when
of the night,
possible.
3 o'clock. It's not even early morning. The beeping is the... Oh. The beeping is the air pressure in the brakes dropping. just need to rev the engine a bit and it'll sort itself
Turn
out.
left.
Here you can see we got the brake pressure in the dashboard. As we go up this ramp, you should see the brake pressure increase.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Alright, let's do some
Keep
questions.
right, and then turn right.
First one is from Random Thoughts, and technically it's not a question.
Turn right.
OP says, life feels dull now that everyone is glued to their phone. And I agree. I think we should do something about this. Like put the phones away, look each other in the eye a lot more. Though it can be a little hit and miss, this. I mean, I don't think, you know, walking around downtown, not everyone is glued to their phone. However, in an elevator or on a train or a bus or whatever it comes to idling, when you have to wait for 1 second, the phone is right there. And sometimes you see people walking with their phones, and it's like,
Go straight on.
I don't know, I don't really like the look of it because it just looks so disconnected. And I have recently made some huge changes to my phone use routine. I got rid of everything that's infinitely scrolling. So I don't do that at all. I offloaded all my social media apps to
Keep right, and then exit right.
to my iPad. So I thought that because the
Exit right.
social media apps are on my iPad, I will use them a lot less. Because I will have to go to my iPad to use them. But what really happened is I stopped using them altogether. Because I just... they're not fun anymore. They're just sad. I mean, of course I talk to friends on Discord, but that's not really social media. It's like the, you know, the Reels type next short clip stuff. I got rid of all of that.
Keep left.
And that has been really, really good for me. And just, you know, it is important not to do what everyone else is doing. This goes for your entire life with everything. Like, if you're in an elevator with 3 people and they're all on their phone, don't also bring up your phone. They might, you know, they might just be thinking the same thing, and then if you just wouldn't do it, they might not do it. And practice on starting a conversation. But, you know, you can't force someone to look up from their phone, unfortunately.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit. Keep right.
But, you know, be the change you want to see in the world. Goes a long way.
Caution. Please mind the speed limit.
Alright, next question. Do you care what others think of you? This is from the subreddit Me. No, it's sorry, it's from the subreddit No. And no. Well, I mean, yes. But what OP's asking for, I think, is like, you know, this idea that screw what everyone else thinks. Just be yourself. Yes, I don't care what anyone else thinks. I don't act or try to appear differently because I am afraid that people will think that I am strange or whatever the thing that you're gonna be scared of. I don't do much to fit in. I don't try to change who I am because I'm afraid that who I am might not be suitable or whatever. I do, however, care what people think of me because I want them to think that I'm nice, and I want them to think that I'm kind, because I want to be a nice and I want to be a kind person. So in that sense, of course, I think about what I care about what other people think of me. I don't want them to think I'm an asshole. But other people's opinions on how I choose to live my life doesn't really matter much to me. If they have bad opinions, if they have good opinions on it, that's good. That makes me happy. But I'm not worried about what people think of me. This is from the subreddit Ask Men. What is something that your father did to you that you swore to never do to your son? There's a lot. Be a drunk, raging narcissist alcoholic. That's something that I'll never do. I'll never do to my son, but that's kicking in an open door. But prioritize work over time with my kids. That is something I will never do. Like, he was mean, he was rude, he was just a lot, he was just awful. So not doing that stuff is just obviously not hard to, you know, it's obvious stuff that I'm not going to do. But spending time and prioritizing, you know, down prioritizing my kids. I will never move away from my kids. I will always make sure that I'm not going to live in the same house forever, but there will always be a bed. Where I live, there will always be a bed for them to come back to. They will always be able to move home. No matter how old they get, that's a thing that's a possibility that's always going to be there. Because I didn't have that, so I lived alone since I was like 16 or younger even. My mom and dad, they when they finally got their divorce, they split me and my sister up. So I went to live with my father, and my sister went to live with my mother. And my father was drunk when he was home, but most of the time he was just away. So I was alone a lot when I was a kid. And though it's a couple hard-learned lessons, it's made me who I am. I made it through some hardships. But we went from, living in a house with a dog and a cat and a family to not having anything. Just an apartment with a mattress on the floor of my dad's. This was I moved into my dad's apartment. It wasn't my home. That's fucking weird. And whenever I moved out, he just, like the day after, all traces of me were gone. So I have never had a place to fall back to, and it's made me afraid to make some big decisions in my life. So I've always prioritized having to work to pay the rent, and that kind of closed the door on, seeking a better education and stuff like that. And I was afraid to try things, because if it didn't work, then I would be homeless. So I am going to provide for my kids the motivation that they need to have, like, the strength and the courage to try new things. At any age in life. Especially when they're young, but they will always have a room, It's not going to be their kids' room, like the same room that they have now. My wife has that. She said, well, it's not like her parents doesn't keep it as her old room or anything, but it's the same house. But I'm not going to live in this house that I live now when my kids move out. The area that I live in is it's very child friendly, so it's like playgrounds and schools and kindergartens all over the place. And when they move out, I think I'm done with this area, to be honest. But yeah, so they will always have a room. He was so mean to me. All right, next question. This is from the subreddit Stupid Questions. Have you been slapped? No, thankfully, I've never been slapped. I've never been slapped, and I've never been in a fist fight or anything like that. Oh, wait, I have been slapped. Well, I mean, the slap didn't land, but she tried. So, story time. I used to work security. I was patrolling security, and that meant whenever there was a panic alarm from a late night gas station or something like that, it went to me and I went there. The idea was that I was going to go there, assess the situation, and wait for the cops. But if I see that someone is under duress, I'm going to go in. And you can debate on whether that's the right or the wrong decision, depending on the outcome. But something that happened to that person, and I was just standing outside holding my dick, I would not want to live with that. So that exact situation happened. It was just a woman who was from she was affiliated with some people that are known to be a lot of trouble. and she was drunk and or high, and angry as hell at the clerk for no reason. And the clerk was this small guy. He was like, he didn't put many kilos on this earth. So I was like, well, I mean, she's obviously not, unless she's armed, she's not a huge threat to me. So I figured that I can just go in and grab her attention, and she can be angry with me instead of him. And she was. So she started, court document says that she attacked me. I caught her hand and I put her down on the ground and just kind of held her there until the cops arrived a couple minutes later. So it was very undramatic. I was not harmed in any way. The slap didn't land, like I said, so it wasn't a huge deal. And then the cops were like, after a couple weeks or whatever, it was going to be this court case of this thing, and they wanted me to come and testify. And I was like, yeah, nah, man, thanks, I'm good. Like, you could get her some. She could get some penalty for that. And I was like, yeah, she could, but we don't have anonymous witnesses in Sweden. At least we didn't at the time. And even if we, I wouldn't have been able to be an anonymous witness, and everyone would know who I was either way. And like I said, she's affiliated with a group that are known to be a lot of trouble. So if she were to get a sentence, and I were to, she would have to pay, fines is not the word, but pay compensation to me. I would have to give them all of my personal information, and they would get that information from the court documents. So I opted the fuck out of that, and just, I don't know how, what happened with her and that case. They had the surveillance footage, so I guess they could kind of, draw their own conclusions from that. Maybe I could have given her a worse, my participation would have given her a worse sentence, but it wouldn't have helped.
At the roundabout.
She needs more help than that. So yeah. I don't know if that counts as a slap. I don't think so. Oh. That was my fault. That was my fault. I'm not gonna apologize. Alright, next question. What is an adult problem that nobody prepared you for? There are so many adult problems that nobody prepared me for. One, when you get to the point that you can eat as much candy as you want, and you can eat cake every day and stay up as late as you want, you will not want to. And I think that that's fucking rough. That's not fair. Most recently, waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for the loss of eyesight, like not being able to read something close. Like, I compared, my daughter is 9 years old, so I compared her eyesight to mine, and she can focus on something that is, I shit you not, 10 centimeters from her eye. She's like, yeah, sure, of course I can read this. And I need like, man, I don't know, 40, 30, 40 centimeters? It's not a lot, but damn. I wasn't prepared for it because like it was like on my 40th birthday I couldn't read the birthday card. I needed to, you know, back it up. Because my kids, nothing makes me feel older than when my kids come to show me something and they shove it right up in my face. They're like, look, I wrote this letter to you and I have it like touching my nose. I'm like, yeah, hold on, honey. We need to back up. This looks like a... why are you stopping here for, dude? This looks like the port of Greece. Newport. Do I get off here? It doesn't look like I get off here, but everyone else wants to get off here, so I feel like I should get off here, but I'm not gonna, because my GPS tells me to keep going. But what are they doing, and why is no one else going into the docks? Do I just kinda... I'll take this left one. It feels... Doesn't it feel weird that it's only me here? I'm gonna take the ferry to another country. It's exciting. And it looks like the left one is ours. Alright, let's take a look at our possible travel destinations. We're gonna go... Well... We're gonna go to Palermo, so this is the Barry is the closest one. And we're gonna get some rest on the boat. Let's go.
Reroute.
Alright, we're here. Looks like everyone already is off the ship. Now we only have 629 kilometers to go. ETA is in 10 hours and 12 minutes. We need to rest in 13 hours, so probably, unless something happens, we are not gonna have to do another rest. It is 9:15. So there's gonna be, we're gonna drive through the night. So you know how I told you that I had this little project that I was going to install a fan in the little shelf that was by my feet, like my legs. Well, I did, and it is working so very well. It's like this hole right through the... So I made a hole right through the little shelf thing. So the setup is that I have a wall-mounted desk. To my left is a wall, and to my right, I have this little shelf underneath the table that the table rests on. So my my foot area, where my PC is, underneath under the table. The hot air or the warm air from the PC kind of accumulates in that space, the leg area, and it gets really warm. And also the PC ingests its own warm air, so it needs to cool off with warm air, and it just keeps heating up. I haven't. If I play for a very long, if I play a demanding game for a very long time, I can notice some overheat issues. So what I did was I got this. It's basically a kind of like a bathroom fan. So I drilled a hole through the little shelf. It's probably called something else. It's like a drawer. Is what it is. So I drilled a hole. I sacrificed the top drawer of the drawers of the thing. I think you know. I think you kind of imagine what I'm talking about, even though I'm lost for words of what it's called. So I drilled a hole and I placed this air canal right through the top shelf. And I got a fan with a angled exhaust on the other side, so it just takes air from my leg area and moves it to my wife's leg area. But she has a lot, like she has 500% of the leg area that I do, so I don't feel bad for her. And she's probably, I don't think that she's gonna notice until she hears about it. Now that she listens in on this episode, and she's working, she's late on my backlog, so she's listening into stuff from months ago, and she's like, though she probably won't catch up with this until at least earliest winter. And we'll see if she notices before this, she hears it now, like when she listens in on this episode, or if she notices it before this. I don't think she's gonna notice it. But I can tell that it is a lot cooler air in my leg area now. So it worked perfectly. It worked so well. It worked so well. And there's even a little. It even has a thermostat. So I set it to whatever. And if it goes above that, the fan is going to kick in. I also made it so that the fan only activates if my PC is on. So it's even if we go above the threshold value, which I think was like 28 or something like that, the fan is only going to start if my PC is on. Biglietto means ticket. So yeah, I have cool legs. It's great because it got really uncomfortable to be like, and just have this pressing heat just made me worry about my hardware, and like just didn't feel good, man. But this is nice. So I had this little construction project today where I took the shelf thing out and I drilled the hole, placed the fan in, did the electrical bits, and just forgot to drop the axles. hopefully we can get some highway so we can bring the fuel efficiency, oh sorry, the average fuel consumption from 39.6 to something
Please mind the speed.
not as horrific. Who has an on-ramp with a max speed of 40 kilometers per hour? I guess Italy. Did I tell you that I'm using AI to... Yeah, I think I did. I'm using AI to filter out noises in the background here. Like the buttons on the wheel and the keyboard, mouse clicks and stuff like that. Hopefully it's working well. I don't know. I don't think... It filters for voices, so I don't think it's going to filter out my kids when they're screaming in the background. That you will just have to live with. It's a part of who I am. Alright, telepass is left lane, so we're gonna go to the left lane. Telepass is this, what's it called? Non-contact. You just drive right through, you don't have to swipe a card or pay or anything like that. Just ride on through. The way this works in real life, if you come from another country, you pick these devices up in like device dispensers. You plug in your stuff, who you are, where you're from, what company you're driving for, and stuff like that, and it programs the telepath or whatever other system you're using for whatever country you're going to. So you don't have to like swipe a card to pay the tolls and other fees and stuff like that. And then the driver just goes up to this little machine dispenser, plugs in his info, and it leaves a one of these devices. He just with suction cup just sticks it to his front wheel, and then or her, and then they're off. I'm listening to some super soft Swedish music. Can't play it to you because copyright, but I'll get you something else to listen to.
Exit now.
you've been keeping an eye on our fuel consumption, it is because this highway is just so nice, and long and straight. We've been going from like 40 to 35.9, and it's good. We might save the fuel economy for this job. Very soothing driving this long stretches of highways in the middle of the night. Morning is coming up. It is 10 minutes to 4. And I can feel my real life circadian rhythm has changed. I got really good at going to bed early at night, so I can get up early in the morning without wanting to die. So at about 9:30, which was in real life 10 minutes ago, I usually go to bed and I kind of just sleep. Like I don't fuck around with my phone or anything like that. Just practice going to bed, going to sleep. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made to do that. Yeah, but like I can feel that, kind of like the, you know, the truck guy character yawning. We have 220 kilometers to go. We got fuel for 777 kilometers, so that's perfectly fine. Our next rest needs to be in 6 hours and 30 minutes. Our ETA is in 3 hours and 46 minutes. So I think we're going to be just fine without sleeping and definitely without refueling. Did you notice we went by signs pointing to Catanzaro? I think that's where we started this whole YouTube thing. I remember trying to pronounce it. Catanzaro. Catanzaro.
To turn left. Turn left.
Still one of the best things I've done, this YouTube thing.
Never mind.
Oh shit, I missed my turn.
Find a new route.
Let's see if I can turn
When
around.
possible, make a U-turn.
Oh, I can go into the yard and turn around. I don't have to fuck around in here.
Finding a new route. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Are you an iPhone or an Android person? I upgraded my tech fleet a little bit. I got a new iPad and a new iPhone. I am
Get ready to turn
in
right.
the Apple ecosystem, and
Turn right.
I'm not a huge fan of Apple or anything. I was before, but like in 2010 maybe, but now I don't really give a shit. I'm into their ecosystem, and so is my wife, and it kind of works really well with the planning of the life stuff and the sharing of the things. And I went from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 16 Pro, And it was quite the difference. Can we tell which lane we need to be in? I guess I'll go center lane. And that's one of the things that I like to do in my chair now. Just sit down and just read something on the iPad, because I got the chair and I got the reading glasses and I got the iPad, so all of a sudden I want to read stuff. I can't see where we are going to go. I think we're gonna go here. It might be that the symbol is not really working.
Okay.
We'll see when we... Alright. This is the shortest little ferry ride.
Okay, let's find a new route. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. It's been very quiet.
And then turn left.
This night drive.
Turn left.
We got about 10 minutes of real world time to go.
Go straight on. Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Go straight on.
Let's do another question. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Go straight on.
Here's one. From the subreddit Ask Men. How important is it that the person that you date share your faith and values? Well, when it comes to faith, I would say it's important because I couldn't date a religious person. It just wouldn't work. It's just too much. It's just too different. We can't have that different worldviews, like on what's real and what's not. But when it comes to anything else, like values, and different opinions and stuff. It's I don't know. It doesn't not very important at all. That depends. The question is a little hard for me to. I don't date. Well, I date my wife, but like if I was dating, looking for a potential mate. If that's the word, I don't even know. I don't know how it works. I think I'd prefer if we were different. I talked about this before, but I enjoy talking to people who are of different opinions than I am because it makes for more interesting conversations. It all depends on how that person handles, you know, people with different opinions. But as long as you can have a constructive conversation about things that you don't agree on, I prefer that, to be honest. Because if we just sit there and agree with each other all night, it's not gonna give me any new perspective. I like to get new perspectives on things. I don't like to convince people that my way is the best way, but I do like to hear other people's thoughts on things, and I like to try out new thoughts. So, but depending on what it is, of course, like if it's values, I guess that's pretty deeply rooted. I don't know if I could. You know, I don't know if I could get into a relationship with a person that had two different, like, core values. So I don't know, really. Most of all, I feel like maybe I'm not qualified to answer. I thought it was going to be a pretty simple answer, but... Here's one, and next question is from the subreddit Life. Is it hard to change your life? Or it's not a question really. It's hard changing your life after 30 plus. And I would not agree at all. But I like to change my life. So this is very individual, and for me, just I like to live the way I want my life to be. So if I want my life to be different, it feels a little stupid to say it, because I know that people struggle with this, but like for me, it's just to start being the way you want to be, and then that's how you are. So I've just gone through this. Well, I'm in the middle of a caloric deficit. I am doing what is the theory is it's called a body recomposition. So I'm exchanging body fat for muscle. That means I eat in a caloric deficit, meaning I go 500 calories below my maintenance calories to lose weight, but I eat a lot of protein and I lift heavy weights to maintain or increase my muscle mass at the same time. Now, being in a caloric deficit for me is not difficult at all. I don't mind eating food, but I don't have to, so it's like food optional. So for me, it is very simple to be like, all right, if I'm gonna lose weight, I just eat less food. But this is like one of the hardest things, from what I understand, is one of the hardest things for people to do. And for me, it's just, I can't understand. I can't feel what they feel, so I don't understand how hard can it be to just stop acting the way that you don't want to act and start acting the way you want to act. Like, I missed the part of the life. I missed the lecture on why that's supposed to be a big deal. Because I don't see it. And I've changed my life. Like, I made several huge changes. I kind of constantly do. Because I'm always looking to improve. I also go in and out of depression, so I kind of... well, I improve, and then I kind of have a hard time with everything, and then I get worse, and then I get better, and then I improve, and you know, so it goes a little back and forth. I'm not saying that I'm constantly improving, because I'm not like a... I don't know. I'm not perfect. Far from it. Like, very far from it. But I am always in the market to make, you know, I'm always in the market to make the difference between who I am and who I want to be as small as possible. But it's like, it's almost like I'm rude. Because I can be so... because it's so hard for me to feel the struggle, you know, that people go through to try to make a change and they can't. But I am aware that people do, you know, struggle with change. Like, since I was 30, I've changed so much as a person. I've changed work. Changed a lot. I think I changed a lot more between... well, I had kids, so obviously I changed. I changed more between 30 and 40 than what I did, you know, 20 to 30.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
We're doing a little better on the fuel economy. It's 35.2. We only got 1 minute to go. I don't think we can make any huge changes here, either way. But yeah, we went from 40 plus to 35, thanks to the Italian highways.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
don't think I've been here.
Go straight on.
Well, there you go. Discovered Palermo.
Go straight on.
I wonder what life is like in Palermo. I figured it's very different. Kind of missed. One thing I wish I would have done in my life is to live at a place that's always warm.
Keep left.
Just to
and
kind
then
of see what
turn
it's
left.
like to be like shorts and t-shirts. That's all you ever wear.
Turn left.
Just for a couple years.
Go
Just to
straight
kind
on.
of see what kind of different it would make. Because the more I think about like how I live, where it's
At the roundabout,
summer and winter
take the second exit.
with like -30 degrees in the winter and -30 in the 30 degrees plus in the summer and -30 in the winter. Like 6 months is just dark and cold, and then 6 months is
Exit
bright
now.
and hot. And every year just forget how like crippling the winter
Get ready.
is, especially
Turn left.
well, I mean it's crippling all through the winter season. I was gonna say it's worse in the
Turn
beginning
left.
because of the change, but it's really not. Here's the destination.
You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Thank you. Alright, let's see. This is us over there. go. Let's unload it. What an eventful timeline. Look at this. Find. That was the one where I said that that is not my fault, I think. Or it's this, it's this one. It's embarrassing. Tollgate, tollgate, tollgate. Find. Transport, tollgate. Collision, collision. Transport, tollgate. Wow, this is bad. This is a lot of stuff. I need to do better on the way back for sure. 41,798,000. We paid a lot of taxes. Other costs was also pretty expensive. Fuel was not too bad. 38.6. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? Damage was 1,000. That's a lot. So 31,172 is what we earned after all was said and done. Elior chose to Cesare Supermercado. Planned was 1,118. Rail was 1,211. 3.5 stars. 4 stars for damage. 4 stars for distance. 4 stars for find. 4.5 stars for fuel economy. 2 stars for mass because we only carried 19 tons. I think that's a little... Alright. I'm not going to argue. 459 hardcore points, so that's good. That's good. But overall, not very good. Thank you for taking the time with this. I really do appreciate it a lot. And take care of yourself. And make smart decisions. You are important, and you need to last for a long time. Bye.